What if I told you there's the most powerful anti-aging molecule in existence, one that can't fit in a bottle, can't be stolen, and no pharmaceutical mafia can sell you? It's a gas that vanishes within seconds of being produced. This is the true spark of life, opening your blood vessels, eliminating viruses, and instructing your fundamental cells to regenerate, and science is only now beginning to acknowledge it. You can actually boost the production of this molecule in your nasal sinuses 15 to 20 times just using your voice. This isn't nonsense. This is the biology of breathing. Welcome to Silent Power. We live in a paradox. We chase longevity, spending billions on creams, peptide injections, and biohacking protocols, desperately trying to reverse aging. Yet biologically, we're rotting from the inside. Why? Because our nervous system is locked in a permanent fight or flight state. This chronic stress overwhelms our sympathetic system, shuts down the body's repair mechanisms, constricts blood vessels, and deprives the brain of oxygen. Ancient sages in India didn't have electron microscopes, but they had technologies we've forgotten. They called it Bhramari Pranayama, or bee breath. For thousands of years, it was taught as a spiritual liberation technique. Today, when we look at the biochemistry, we realize they weren't just freeing the spirit, they were freeing the endothelium, the inner layer of blood vessels. They were hacking the autonomic nervous system.
In the next few minutes, we're going to dismantle the anti-aging industry and replace it with internal chemistry. We'll look at hard scientific data, especially how humming affects heart rate variability, HRV, nitric oxide levels, and ultimately, I'll teach you the golden vibration protocol, a specific method to optimize your nervous system. To understand healing, you must understand disease. Aging isn't just the passage of time, it's the accumulation of damage. At the cellular level, the main culprits are reduced blood flow and chronic inflammation. When you're stressed, which, let's be honest, is most of the day, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. This is survival mode, necessary if a tiger were chasing you. But sitting in traffic or staring at blue light triggers the same mechanism. Blood vessels constrict, blood pressure rises, and the endothelium, the thin layer lining your vessels, gets damaged. When the endothelium fails, you face heart disease, dementia, and wrinkles. You literally dry out. This constant alert state blocks cellular regeneration. When you're in defense mode, healing is impossible. This is where vagal tone comes in. The vagus nerve is the highway of your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state. Low vagal tone statistically correlates with premature death, cancer, and heart failure. The biological fear is simple. If you can't turn off the alarm, you'll burn the whole house down.
So, how do we flip the switch? The answer lies in a molecule that won the Nobel Prize in 1998. Enter nitric oxide. Not to be confused with laughing gas. This is the true endothelium-friendly nitric oxide. This ephemeral gas is a vasodilator, sending signals to the smooth muscles around your arteries to relax, allowing oxygen and nutrients to flood your tissues. It's the ultimate weapon against cardiovascular disease. Here's where ancient wisdom meets modern physiology. In the early 2000s, researchers led by Stamler and colleagues conducted a classic experiment. They measured nasal nitric oxide during slow exhalation versus humming. The results were staggering. Not a 10-fold increase, not 50-fold, a 15-20-fold surge. Why? Because the sinuses store nitric oxide. Gentle breathing doesn't stimulate them, but the physical resonance of humming acts like a fan, ventilating the sinuses and releasing a massive amount of nitric oxide into your nasal cavity. When you inhale it into your lungs, it enters the bloodstream, opening your vessels systemically. It gets deeper. A controlled trial examined endothelial nitric oxide synthase, the enzyme that produces nitric oxide. After regular practice of Bhramari, enzyme levels rose from around 1.02 to 3.49 nanograms per milliliter, a statistically significant jump, p less than 0.1. This proves we're not just moving gas around, we're upgrading the enzymatic machinery of the body, teaching it to heal itself. This is internal anti-aging.
But chemistry is only half the story. Let's talk physics. Frequency. Mystics describe the universe as vibration. In sound therapy circles, you hear about 432 Hz, solfeggio frequencies, and binaural beats. Some of it is speculative, but the internal mechanism is proven. The vagus nerve runs close to your vocal cords. When you hum, you physically vibrate the vagus nerve. Essentially, you're massaging your nervous system from within. A 2023 study using Holter monitors confirmed this. Heart rate variability improved during Bhramari practice. The ratio of low-frequency, stress, to high-frequency, relaxation, dropped from about 4.39 to 3.25, a significant shift toward parasympathetic dominance. Heart rate slowed, blood pressure dropped, and the body entered coherence. This releases trauma and recalibrates your nervous system. When you hum, you create a feedback loop that signals the reptilian brain. We're safe. Repair can begin. This is the true definition of reversing aging. The Golden Vibration Protocol has 3 stages. Knowing the science without using this technique is useless. You don't need a sound bath or expensive Tibetan bowls. You are the instrument.
Stage 1. Seal and focus. Direct attention inward. In traditional Bhramari, 6 gates of perception are closed using the Shanmukhi mudra. Place your thumbs gently on your tragus and index fingers on your eyelids. This sensory deprivation focuses your mind on internal vibration. Stage 2. Sound step. You're not singing, you're humming. Slightly separate your teeth, keep lips closed, inhale deeply through the nose, and exhale producing a continuous high-frequency hum, like a bee. You should feel the vibration in your sinuses and brain. If you feel it in your throat, your pitch is too low. Raise it until the skull vibrates. Stage 3. Sustain. Perform this for 5 to 10 minutes. Studies show chemical changes happen fast, but nervous system reset requires consistency. Focus on prolonging the exhale. The longer the hum, the more nitric oxide you release, and the more the vagus nerve is stimulated. We search for external fountains of youth, but ancient codes reveal the fountain is within. Every hum floods your blood with life and signals safety to your cells. You are not a victim of your genetics or a slave to time. You are the regulator of your own reality. Breathe, vibrate, awaken. If you want more ancient technological codes hidden in plain sight, join Silent Power. Silence is the loudest sound.